So, how's your day today? How are you doing during coronavirus? Tell everyone about yourself. Say hi to everyone.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Javier. I'm a graphic designer, illustrator, and I also work part-time at a liquor store, Essential.
Yeah, so your liquor store is considered an essential entity, huh?
Yeah, you know what, man? Like I used to joke about that, but honestly, I feel like it's a good thing for the most
Okay.
part that liquor stores are open because I feel like it keeps people kind of occupied in homes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
people. I mean, most of our regulars, like foot traffic hasn't stopped. People are just stocking up on way more than usual, which is, like I said, better than them being out and belligerent on the streets and shit.
that's fair. I actually I was watching a news story that was out of Russia, and I believe it was Russia, whatever local mayor or whatever in the town, basically he made it dry. He said everyone here already drinks it a lot. Now to have them in their homes cooped up and drinking like three times more, he's like, I will have more deaths on my hand outside of coronavirus if I do that. So he shut it down in that city. So it's kind
How
of
did
wild.
that work out?
I don't know. I mean, that was this story was like maybe like 2 days ago. So maybe Rome burned. I have no idea yet, but
Maybe you're wrong.
yeah. All right, so I had a conversation earlier with my buddy Cole, and also with Mobley, and we kind of both we talked about the market. We talked about Dr. Oz wanting to sacrifice kids. I don't know if you heard that. Uh, so
Oh God.
I know. So the non-essential. So I'm really interested. You mentioned the liquor store. I'm interested to hear the sentiment of your customers. In passing, what are these things that they're saying to you in confidence that you want to tell all of us now?
Yeah. You know what's funny, man? I think the thing that I find because okay, so for context, I work at it's not like a typical corner liquor store. It's like a pretty upscale kind of bougie, like it's more of a liquor store that you'd go to find some fancy niche like
Oh,
liqueur or
not Jack
something.
Daniels.
I mean, there's Jack Daniels. People
But
go there for like our collection,
got
etc.
it.
And the reason I bring this up, it's a lot of our clients like quote unquote gentrifying type. So it's a
Oh,
lot of like kind of like middle classy, like either white hipster or even like Mexican hipster type, which
true
is
to
cool. I mean,
form. Yeah,
whatever. The demand is there, so of
right.
course we're
The
gonna be there.
demand and the ability to transact.
Right, exactly. So more power
Okay.
to us, I guess.
So yeah,
The reason I
tell
bring
me, I assume they're going to be whining of some sort, or is this where this is going?
well, the reason I bring that up is because for the most part, it seems like we get pretty much mostly like maybe like college educated people. It seemed like pretty like intelligent people come in. It
Okay.
doesn't seem like I don't know everyone like they have a college degree at least for the most part people that come in, and I still hear like the dumbest shit, bro. Like I like the dumbest shit. Like and it's been surprising for me because I would expect that from not the type of people that come to my shop.
Well,
Um,
one of the other, one of the great things about this whole pause on life is that we're learning everything we thought we knew is not what we knew, right? So, but yeah, okay,
right.
so what are they saying? Tell me what they're saying.
So it's ironic because I think yesterday or 2 days ago I saw a poll. I think you did this poll where it's like 30% of U.S. Americans think that COVID-19 was created in a lab.
Yes.
And I read that and I just scrolled past it on
The
Twitter.
government's
But then I,
they're
uh,
investigating that now, right? The government.
right, yeah.
Yeah. I think
But
it's a
I don't
deflection
know, man.
tactic though.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's so many people at my store that are saying similar things, man. But at the same time, they're also the type of people that come in wearing a mask, and when they get to the register, they take it off and talk to you. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, it's crazy because like I think at this point, half half of people that come in wear a mask,
Yeah.
and about half of those that come in take it off at the register, talk to me,
To
or
talk to you. Like you can't
which
hear
I'm
through
just
it.
like, why are you even wearing a mask? You know?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And I think like even stranger, there's like older like Mexican men that you could tell like at the restaurants or construction,
Right.
like the labor.
I understand. Yeah.
Yo, they come in with the wildest conspiracy theories, bro.
Really?
Like they'll be telling me everything from like, oh, they have a vaccine, but they're killing like brown people off, so they're gonna hold
Yeah.
off until. And I'm like, and I always ask, look, if this is a bioweapon, which we may or may not know this, but if this is a bioweapon,
Okay.
like what's the mortality rate on COVID-19? Like 1.5%, 2% or something
Yeah, it's
like
like
that.
two. Oh, isn't it? Is it two or I'll look it up. Go ahead. Keep talking.
So okay, my whole point, it's like 2, maybe 3%. I don't know. It's very low. If someone were to create a bioweapon capable of killing a large portion of the population, why would you
5%.
create something? Okay, well, I mean that's still like like why would you create a weapon that only has like a 5% like mortality rate? You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
mean, well, here's the
I don't
thing
know,
though.
man.
Look,
It's
look. If this was created, I can't even believe we're talking about this, but let's do it. If it was created as a bioweapon, look what it did. It literally only
yeah,
had to touch 5% to destroy this whole economy, put everything at a
true,
standstill, and
true.
then expose our leadership for fucking buffoons that they are.
Yeah.
They were totally, they knew it was coming, didn't do shit, had the audacity to fucking talk shit about it before it really popped off, call it a democratic hoax,
Yep,
just
hoax. Yep.
China virus, all this bullshit, like just trying to downplay it. And here we are now.
I
So
really sort of accountability. I mean, I know like accountability, but in the sense of like, I feel like kind of like the veil of complacency was lifted a little bit with
mhm.
this, pandemic. Which I mean, obviously circumstances are pretty tragic for a
Yeah.
lot of people. A lot of people have passed away. I mean, we had the deadliest day in Illinois like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think we
Um,
definitely just took some crown for deaths
it
in
was like
Illinois.
150 or something, like in one day or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. This has really shown that we have a very um, inefficient infrastructure in healthcare and unemployment. Like, um, it's crazy, man. Because I'm even seeing videos of people calling like the unemployment office like every day, like a few times a day for weeks, and it's just like it goes right to like their machine or whatever.
Right. So I'm glad
Because
that
it
you,
like,
yeah, I'm
mm,
glad that you went there because that's what I wanted to ask you as well. So I know not to divulge too much about your life, but you were having some,
oh man, have at
hell yeah,
it.
hell yeah. All right. So previously you were looking for full-time employment before Corona hit. And so
Right.
obviously this put a damper on that. Were you able to navigate the unemployment process before, during, and or now?
You know what? I've been freelancing full time for about 9 to 10 months now.
Okay.
So even before the whole COVID thing happened, I was comfortable freelancing full time, but I was also searching for a full time job that I would enjoy. So it's not that I couldn't find a job; it's like I couldn't find the right job, if that
Fair.
makes sense. But a lot of times, like with my freelance, I do work with a lot of different industries. So, I'm always thinking about like diversifying like the type of clients I work for,
Hmm.
because if something were to happen in one of these, then, I have fallback clients, and stuff. Um, so this I've never filed for
Okay.
because I've never really gotten to the point where I felt like I needed to.
Right.
I mean
Well,
now like hearing everyone's experience with, unemployment office and shit, I'm like less,
right. Less
um,
inclined to do so.
right,
Well,
listen,
so
so with this mess, yeah.
here's my
Mm,
rebuttal to that. And I'm only saying this because maybe some people listening have the same conception as you, right? It's like
sure.
I'm in a good place. I have enough to go around. Like I have enough now to keep me going. Other people probably need it more than me. Whatever your rationale is for not doing it. But the reality is you've paid into this thing, right?
Right.
So
No, absolutely.
so
Yeah.
get your return on your investment. The idea of these social safety nets is to have a return when we need it the most. And I think that's what upsets me the most about this entire thing is A, we had the whole Bernie Sanders thing get fucking derailed by corporatists once again, right? And now we're
Absolutely.
in the midst
Yeah.
of the most profound time that could be used to highlight what he was fighting for and what that movement was fighting for.
Absolutely. Man, and we've been having a lot of those conversations here at my household, and even at work. There's a lot of regulars that I feel like are very good to that notion. Um,
Yeah.
but absolutely, man. Like I feel like honestly, so if I got this liquor store job right before the pandemic hit. Honestly, if I didn't have that job and I went through this pandemic with just my freelance, I would have no choice to file for unemployment
Yeah.
because there's absolutely no. I mean, it's not that my work stopped, just like payments stopped,
Yes.
which is understandable. A lot of the clients, there aren't businesses or corporations that I work with; they're individuals.
Right.
So obviously priorities change. Not like these projects are done.
Right.
They're just kind of like at a standstill for the time being, because of
Yeah.
everything going on, which is completely understandable. But I
Question for
mean,
you. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
sure.
You rent, right? You
I
rent
what?
you rent
Oh,
from
I
a
rent.
landlord.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, did your landlord have a conversation with you about what was going on, or do they already know you're good for it, or how did that work out for you?
You
Because
know
we
what?
know.
I'm blessed.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, as I was going to say, because we know, a third of people didn't pay their rent last month. Which, to be honest with you, and we keep saying a third, 30%. It's actually normally 22% of people that don't pay their rent every month. So we only went up 8%, but still, it's a. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I'm blessed to have like a really phenomenal relationship with my landlords.
Oh yeah.
They even before the shelter in place order was put in, my landlord like prematurely let me know that I was if I needed it, he can take off some off the rent because he knew that things were going to get really tough for everybody. And then once the shelter in place order came through, we really appreciated that because we didn't realize that we didn't know if we were going to because I mean, at that point, again, I worked at a liquor store, but we didn't know what were essential businesses and what weren't. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no clear outline for what wasn't for a few days after that.
Right.
Because there was some confusion on our end with the owner whether or not we were classified as essential. But I guess I think within like days we. But even then, like the city is now shutting us down at 9 p.m. every day. Like there's so much uncertainty around all of this that
That's what that
it's really
was. I I
yeah. So
I went on the GoPuff, right? The GoPuff app.
yeah, yeah.
I noticed that. I mean, I wasn't gonna buy alcohol. I was just trying to get like gummies and shit, like sour candy or whatever. But I noticed that the alcohol was turned off, and it was like, I don't know, like 10 or something. And I was like, since when can
Yeah,
you not get alcohol ever? And so that's what it was. They shut it down at 9. I didn't hear that.
yeah. There was you know what, and I don't want to. Mayor Lightfoot is such like a cop.
She's a
like
cop.
she's such a cop. I
Oh,
feel
that's
like
why
she
that
has
whole
such a
meme thing came
cop
out with
approach.
that where her standing everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, she just has such a like law enforcement protocol for everything that to
Yeah.
me is just kind of in some instances, don't get me wrong, I agree with it, but in other instances I'm just like there's this very one-dimensional view on how to solve different issues. So what the issue was specifically on the south side but also on the west side, there were just people just loitering around liquor stores and it
Okay.
became a problem. It became such a problem that Mayor Lightfoot announced that after 9 p.m., basically people can be fined if they're just hanging out around liquor stores.
So is that why
So
they shut
that
it down?
is why they put it down.
Hmm.
So 9 p.m. after 9 p.m. If it's like a store like Mariano's or Jewel, no liquor sales after 9. But they did a blanket thing to basically target specifically the south and west sides
Hmm.
because there was a lot of people just not following protocol for the shelter in place and
Right.
just hanging out. And it's really hard to like find ticket someone if they're just like, oh, I'm about to shop right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to
Right.
break up groups if there's a business that's open there and then they're on premise. Um, but oh man, it's that's such a like a half measure. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
been just so many half measures because I even heard that yeah, the city has taken down. They like covered basketball rims, or they took down the whole
Really?
rim.
They took the
Yeah,
nets
to avoid
down?
people from going to the basketball courts and shit, which I think is fucking like it's hilarious. That's such a cop ass approach to this,
Yeah,
which is
it is.
like on one side I get it, but also on the side I'm like, weird, petty. I don't know, man.
I,
I can't really speak on it. I'm not law enforcement. I'm not mayor,
yeah.
obviously.
No, and it's a sensitive subject because and this was the whole Dr. Oz thing, right? Some people
Hmm.
think just let it run its course, right? It's a virus. Virus will either kill you or you get better from it. There's only two things that happen. And so the thing is like we're trying to prevent the inevitable from happening by shutting down the economy and telling everybody they can't shake hands anymore, right? And so the debate is is the percentage of collateral damage low enough that people can live with themselves for having doing that so that they can live with themselves, if that makes sense, right? You reopen the economy, everybody's lives improves, the quality of life improves for those who are not morbidly affected by coronavirus, if
Or
that makes sense.
at risk
Yeah,
of
because basically what
contracting and
Dr. Oz
possibly
says, he
dying.
said
Yeah.
that he read a research study that said if they open the economy back up, we'll only lose 2 to 3% of the kids. That's what he said. So
I saw that on Twitter. I didn't even look into it because I'm just like,
that's what
oh
that
Lord.
was. Yeah, it's like tone deaf, man. There was another
Oh
thing that
man.
was tone deaf too. Oh my god, it was tone deaf of the week. Let's see if I can pull this clip up here pretty soon before we shut this down. It was Nancy Pelosi on Colbert or something,
Yeah.
and she
Already not a not.
it's just yeah, like first dude. Okay, here we go. Let me find the right here. This is 2.5 minutes. Okay, listen to this, and or you can see it too, right? So watch this clip. This is the
Yeah, I guess
tone
it is.
deafness of our people. It's only 2 minutes, some odd minutes.
Welcome back. We're here with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and we've asked her to share something from her home for a little late show and tell. Speaker Pelosi, what have you found? What are you going to share with us from your home?
Chocolate,
Really?
chocolate candy,
Oh, wow.
and this is
Here's where the tone
something
deafness
you can
begins.
get through the mail.
Okay.
Run out. Can I show
Show
you?
me. Yeah, absolutely. This is the episode of Cribs I never knew I needed. Oh, my. Wow.
Other people in our family go for some other flavors, but chocolate, and then we have some other.
So basically, hey, poor people at home with no fucking stimulus money, no shit, no whatever, right? You don't know if your job's coming back. We don't know if you paid your rent. We don't know if you can pay your rent next month. Like, just fuck all y'all. I got all this ice cream. And if I'm not mistaken, I've never eaten at Jenny's ice cream, but I heard that shit's $12 a pint.
Yeah, Jenny's is expensive as fuck. Yeah,
So
that's like yeah, that's expensive.
that shit just fucking makes me so mad, dude. It makes me so mad. So
It's almost like we were talking about this earlier here. I don't understand like celebrities complaining that they're stuck in their mansions and
uh,
shit. Like
Timberlake did it. Did you hear the Timberlake
I'm just
backlash?
like y'all have like pool shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I
He
would
said, oh my God, I want to find it verbatim, but this guy said something about 24-hour parenting should be against the law or some shit.
oh, of
Here it
course.
is. It's not just human. Here, look, this asshole does it on fucking camera too. This is how, and again, I'm sure they're not bad people. It's just like fucking
You
be a
know
little more
they've obtained
self-aware.
a certain lifestyle
I,
that like I get it, right? You start living like this and it
right.
challenges all of that, you know?
Yeah. Here, look, listen.
Just want to check in on the status of you and your lovely wife because I'm this close to throwing my husband off the balcony. So do you feel like this quarantine has helped your relationship or hindered it?
Uh,
This close.
well,
This
well,
close.
you know, I'm sending good vibes to you. You know, you'll make it. You'll be all right. Um, no, it's you know, to be honest, we thought the best way to kind of do our part was we have a place in Montana, and so we came up here and we feel a little bit.
Pause. First of all, first Red X. First Red X. We have a place in Montana. All right, hold on. I'm gonna keep
Of
it going.
course, you know,
Yeah,
just in
yeah.
case, you know,
First of all, we
like
thought the best way
right.
to write out Corona is not with the peasants. Hold on 1 second.
We feel very lucky and kind of blessed that we're in a place where they're pretty socially distant here anyway. I mean, where our place is, And so, I mean, just being able to kind of walk out into your, driveway and maybe go for a little hike.
In your driveway because it's so long. Hold on, he's gonna get to the point, Justin.
It is always nice, but I think we're doing good. We're doing good. We're mostly commiserating over the fact that we just 24-hour parenting is just not human. It's not.
Because everybody needs a break.
Oh my God, that's so funny. You've never raised your own fucking kids. We get it. How tone deaf, right? It's just again, this is what I want people to see, because it's not that I want to vilify celebrity culture or people with money, but it's like this is what we've created. We have a class system here that we've created, that we've allowed to be creative because we don't challenge any of these social norms.
And you know what? On that note, there was and it's kind of sickening how fucking tone deaf like politicians that are in charge of policy. I forget the guy's name. The guy who he was commenting on like the specific number of $1,200 for a stimulus check.
Oh, right. Sorry, go ahead. Good.
He said that, it's like, yeah, that should last the average American about 10 weeks.
It was I think it was Mnuchin. Mnuchin's the guy who's creating the policy.
10 weeks? Like, what is
Steve
your rent,
Mnuchin.
dude? Like that's, correct me if I'm wrong, that's barely like median rent in the country, right? Like $1,200.
Yeah. Yeah. And this guy was like, yeah, and you'll have the checks by tomorrow or some shit like that. And it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, man, this is, it's really fucking like sickening, man. Like I said, I'm personally like I'm fine. Like I'll be all right. I don't have a savings account, but I have enough like diverse streams that I'll be able to at least like pay rent and stuff. And I can live like not an inconvenience.
Well,
I've been broke all my life.
Well,
I can do that.
Yeah, you are a little bit. No, it's okay. So we'll just actually what we'll do is we'll do a special episode where you get to tell us your top 10 ways to be broke but fabulous, and then we'll.
Oh, I would love.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that. All right, well, Javi, man, you got any? You want to plug Ego Booty or any other things you're working on? Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. At Ego Booty. Hire me. Good, but. Graphic designer, illustrator. I'm always available for freelance commissions.
Nice. And they'll find you at Instagram at Ego Booty, right? For that?
At Ego Booty, correct.
All right, my guy. Well, thank you for coming on as always. We'll chat soon and looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Sure, man.
All right, thanks, dude. Peace.